Hey everybody, this is the weekly forecast commencing on Monday, September the 9th, 2024. Before I get into the daily transits, let's look at the big picture, because the previous Monday, September the 2nd, was the new moon in Virgo. So our intentions overall is influenced by this Virgo energy through this week, but from the new moon to the next new moon on October the 2nd. So what are the influences of Virgo? Hardworking, sensible, working on your diet and exercise, that Virgo energy. You could be developing more your techniques, fine-tuning any techniques, getting more involved with handicraft. But Virgo's very service-oriented. So not only could be more inclined to improve your daily situation with eating and diet, etc. But you could be volunteering to help those less fortunate. You may be, instead of focusing more on your own health and taking care of yourself, which is a good idea with the Virgo energy, but you could be attending to somebody else who needs your help, because Virgo has a lot to do with service. All right, so that's the big picture. Very sensible, practical, work-oriented. And on Monday, the 9th, the moon, which always sets the public tone, will be at the end of Scorpio. And by 10:26 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will leave dark, inward, passionate Scorpio and move into Sagittarius. 10:26 a.m. Pacific time. Sagittarius is very outgoing, very adventurous, very friendly. The mood will be very different. And by noon, 1 p.m. Pacific time, that really upbeat, emotional moon in Sagittarius is going to be in conflict with communication, rational Mercury. So two things to keep in mind. Is this personal or is this business? That when you're trying to have a negotiation and discussions, whether it's business or your personal life, the moon, the emotional part of you, may be overwhelming the rational part of you. So communications could be more difficult. But it only lasts an hour or two. Just make sure around from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, that you're not involved in any kind of important negotiations or trying to open up your feelings to a close relationship, because things might go awry. So there's some really good Jupiter transits coming up here. Sometimes with Jupiter, you want to be careful you're not overexpending and overindulging. But before I get into the rest of the week and look at some of these really positive Jupiter influences, if you enjoy this type of video and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find direct links to book an astrology reading, or to check out my 2-question offer. All right, on Tuesday, now the moon's in Sagittarius. As the moon goes from sign to sign every 2.5 days. The moon is representing the public tone, the public reactions. And Sagittarius is so outgoing and friendly and adventurous and restless. Mid-afternoon Pacific time, the emotional moon will be in harmony with pleasure-seeking, harmonious Venus. This is very favorable for relationships, for socializing. Venus can also be creative. So there could be this emotional need to really express yourself creatively. But that could also get involved with getting self lost in a book, in a TV show, in a movie. But that's only going to last for a couple hours. Because at the very end of the afternoon, now the emotional moon will be in a hard angle to restricted Saturn. Now, again, it's only going to last an hour or so, but I think how this might play out for some people is that with the moon Venus, a little bit earlier before the Saturn, you're feeling really good. You're connecting on a more intimate, pleasurable level. And then when it hits Saturn, now you might be judging yourself, that you don't deserve all that friendship and that love, or that maybe you started judging yourself that you were asking for too much because you were feeling on such a high and so low. And now you have to pull back, and then you're criticizing yourself. So it's a high and a low, but it's at the end of the afternoon Pacific time. On Wednesday, now the moon leaves outgoing friendly Sagittarius, but not until 7:38 p.m. Pacific time. So for most people listening to this, the moon is in Sag for the entire day. But at 7:38 p.m. Pacific time, it goes into Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is very different. From mood to mood, from moon to moon, is always very different. Sagittarius is playful, it's outgoing, it's really optimistic, it's taking risks and chances. Where when the moon goes into Capricorn, Capricorn is more sensible, more practical. More work-oriented. Now, instead of all that adventurous and having fun with Sagittarius, the moon in Capricorn could be more about, we got work to do, we have to accomplish our goals and get back to business. And during the day, mostly with the moon in optimistic Sagittarius, discerning communication Mercury will be in harmony with risk-taking, courageous Mars. Mercury-Mars could be very favorable for having the confidence to really negotiate in business, or to assert yourself personally. The mind, Mercury, could be really stimulated by Mars. Mars is that aggressor. So it's a good business day, actually. Good for learning, good for writing. That's all the Mercury, that the Mars is heating up, making travel plans. But the moon goes into more conventional, practical Capricorn on Wednesday, 7:38 p.m. So it's there on Thursday and Friday in Capricorn. So on Thursday, the moon being in grounded, realistic, organized Capricorn, very good for business. The sun will be squaring or forming a hard angle to expansive Jupiter. Now, you got to be careful, because the sun is what you're identifying with, what's important to you, and when it's being impacted by Jupiter, you could have overinflated expectations. You could be biting off more than you can chew. So moderation, with a hard angle to expansive Jupiter, moderation always wins the race. But if you're feeling overly optimistic, your expectations may be disappointed. So in other words, just keep it real, moon in Capricorn. It's going to keep you grounded, and you might be making a lot of plans with Jupiter. Just keep it more sensible and realistic, which you have more of a tendency to do with the moon in realistic Capricorn. So all things Jupiter, making plans with education, with marketing, with publishing, with traveling. Just keep it real. On Friday, the moon in earthy Capricorn will be in harmony with the sun in Virgo. Virgo's an earth sign, Capricorn's an earth sign. Earth is business, it's practicality. And when the moon and the sun are in harmony, there's often the sense that the day is flowing more effortlessly. Good for all kinds of business because of the earth signs, but it could also be very favorable personally with personal relationships because you're keeping very level-headed and grounded with all the earth signs. So that moon sun will be at its peak of flowing effortless energy, so to speak, mid-morning Pacific time. Now we go into Saturday, and as we wake up, the moon, the public tone, is in Aquarius. Capricorn is very traditional, but for the weekend, it's in Aquarius. Aquarius is more unconventional, a little bit more quirky, non-traditional, where Capricorn is the hallmark of tradition. Aquarius looks to the future. It's very progressive energies, where when it was in Capricorn, looking more towards the past, looking more towards tradition. Now, Aquarius is also the sign that deals with group activities and friendships, or the collective. So it's a good weekend, because the moon is in Aquarius Saturday and Sunday, to be involved in any type of social networking, friendships, group activities. And pleasure-seeking Venus will be in harmony with expansive Jupiter. And with that moon in Aquarius, Saturday could not be better for gathering your friends for a party, attending entertainment venues, a little romance. You're going to be just feeling very sociable. And with Aquarius, thinking out of the box, trying new things, not just, doing the same old traditional things you've done in the past. You might be, this could be good for making money. That Venus that desires for the finer things in life, and with the Jupiter feeling lucky. Saturday could be excellent for beginning a vacation, or certainly being the host and organizing a big social event or a small little birthday party. And on Sunday, that moon in progressive, liberating Aquarius will be in harmony with Jupiter and Venus, because Venus and Jupiter will be forming a tight 120-degree angle where it all just flows. Very fortunate on Saturday. On Sunday, the Venus has only moved 1 degree away. And so the moon is now going to be exactly in harmony with the Jupiter and then the Venus, late morning till early afternoon. So again, your feelings, emotions, family, your home, all that moon in Aquarius, shaking things up, trying something new and different, but in harmony with the Jupiter, you're feeling very optimistic. And in harmony with Venus, you're feeling very sociable. So in many ways, Sunday is just a carryover of Saturday. So the whole weekend, if you were attending a retreat or a big party that goes like a wedding that goes onto Sunday, attending a seminar, Jupiter seeks knowledge for Saturday and Sunday. Aquarius rules astrology, as well as technology. You could be taking a technical workshop to learn about AI, to learn about building websites. Or you could be taking a weekend seminar on learning, education. And with the Venus, it could be an artistic workshop. With Aquarius, it could be a spiritual workshop. So it's a great weekend, September the 14th, September the 15th. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next week, Be safe and well.